The courtroom buzzed with the usual murmurs and shifting of papers as the day's cases were called one after another. Among the accused stood a man who, at first glance, seemed nothing more than a humble janitor. His clothes, worn and slightly tattered, hinted at years of labor, and his face, etched by time and hardship, bore an expression of quiet resilience. He was being charged with theft, a serious accusation, yet one he firmly denied. As his case was announced, the man stepped forward, standing tall before the judge. His eyes, though calm, carried a depth of unshakable determination. The prosecutor, a sharp-eyed and severe-looking man named Robert, wasted no time in beginning his opening argument. With a voice dripping in conviction, he painted the accused as nothing more than a lowly thief who had abused his position. "Your Honor," Robert declared, his tone laced with certainty, "this man is guilty of stealing highly sensitive and valuable documents from the mayor's office. He works as a janitor, a position that granted him access to confidential information, an access he has clearly exploited for his personal gain." A wave of murmurs rippled through the courtroom. Gasps of disapproval and whispered conversations filled the air as Robert's damning words sank in. All eyes turned to the accused, expecting him to crumble under the weight of the allegations. Yet, the man remained composed, his unwavering gaze locked onto the judge. The judge, his expression firm yet inquisitive, studied the accused for a moment before speaking. "Do you have anything to say in your defense?" A deep breath filled the silence before the man spoke, his voice steady and composed. "Your Honor, I am fully aware of the accusations against me. However, I must state clearly, I am not guilty of theft. The truth is, I am not just a janitor. I am an undercover investigator, and I have been conducting an operation to expose a network of corruption within the mayor's office." The courtroom exploded with shocked gasps. Robert let out a short, incredulous laugh. "This is absurd. This man is clearly a janitor and nothing more. He has no proof to back up these outrageous claims." A knowing smile formed on the accused man's lips, a glimmer of amusement in his otherwise composed demeanor. "Appearances," he said, "can be deceiving. My name is David Harris, and I am an investigator with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. For months, I have been working undercover to uncover deep-seated corruption in the mayor's office, and I have undeniable proof." A stunned silence blanketed the room. Eyes widened. Mouths hung open. The tension in the air was palpable as the weight of his words settled in. The judge, visibly intrigued but still maintaining his judicial composure, adjusted his glasses and leaned forward. "Mr. Harris, if you claim to have proof, then present it." Without hesitation, David reached into his pocket and produced a small USB drive. Walking up to the bench, he handed it to the judge, who inserted it into his computer. The entire courtroom watched in breathless anticipation as the judge's eyes scanned the files. His face, once stern and skeptical, began to shift, first to surprise, then to sheer astonishment. After a few tense moments, he leaned back in his chair and exhaled sharply. "These documents, they are real. This evidence confirms a massive web of corruption within the mayor's office. It contains records of bribery, embezzlement, and blatant abuse of power." A stunned silence was swiftly replaced by an eruption of whispers and murmurs of disbelief. People turned to one another, stunned by the revelation unfolding before their eyes. Robert, the once confident prosecutor, stood frozen in place. His stern expression wavered, his composure cracking under the weight of undeniable truth. He had painted David as a criminal, but now, faced with irrefutable evidence, he had nothing to say. The judge, now looking at David with a newfound respect, nodded solemnly. "Mr. Harris, your undercover investigation has revealed a shocking betrayal of public trust. The charges against you are officially dismissed, and I will personally ensure that a full-scale investigation into the mayor's office begins immediately. On behalf of the city, I thank you for your service." Applause erupted throughout the courtroom. The once accused janitor was now recognized as a hero who had risked everything to unveil the truth. David, standing with his head held high, had not only cleared his name but had also struck a decisive blow against corruption. That day, he walked out of the courtroom victorious, not just as an investigator, but as a man who had proven that justice, no matter how deeply buried, will always find the light. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Black Voice Stories. Together, let's reach 10,000 subscribers and continue sharing powerful stories that uncover truth, inspire change, and celebrate resilience. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next chapter of empowerment.